Regarding applied linguistics and didactics, they are actually not my field because I'm actually specialized in language sciences. But since I had four chances to apply, for the contest at four different universities, and since only two of them offered my actual specialty, I figured like why not try something else? That's how I actually ended up going for applied linguistics. Now, regarding the lessons, and since I was not actually specialized in this, I relied on online lessons on both applied linguistics and didactics, and also on Tlemcen University lessons. So, the first thing that I relied on during my preparation was this PDF on applied linguistics by Dr. Khalid Akisi. This is the table of contents. And I actually used all of this to prepare for the PhD. Okay, so this was the first one. You can find it online. So another PDF that I have also used during my preparation was this one, a course in applied linguistics for language sciences and TEFL master, Dr. Mukhtar Hamadouche. This was at Bouaghi, and I guess the other one was from Iran. And this was the table of contents. So these were basically the two materials that I used for my preparation. It's good to note that I actually saved more materials, but I didn't have enough time to go through them all because, quite frankly, I was revising. I wouldn't say revising, I would say going through applied linguistics and didactics for the first time ever during my final revision phase. That's why I didn't have enough time to go through everything, but I tried to cover most of it, at least from two great materials, the ones that I've showed you now, and also my lessons at Tlemcen. And my lessons at Tlemcen were not really that much because I was in language science, specialized in language sciences. So the only lessons that we had were basically contrastive analysis, error analysis, interlanguage, and crashens and commons theories, and that's everything we've been taught. So basically this was what I was looking for, introduction to applied linguistics. Make sure to always write introduction, okay, to find more like a summarized, PDFs, not books, especially if you're at your final revision phase, that is. If you're not, then you can go for books, it's okay. You can also include in Algeria or something so that you can have more PDFs that are here in Algeria. However, for me, I did not. And still, you can find here the University of Bouaghi, a course in applied linguistics. This is the one of Oran. Okay, the University of Oran. You can find actually many good things here. Okay. Now let's go through the things that I have covered. Basically, there was the outline, okay, that I followed um, in my revision or in my preparation for this exact contest. I started with a general definition of applied linguistics, the key views of, you know, prominent figures, the nature of applied linguistics, linguistics versus applied linguistics, applied linguistics and language teaching, current scope of applied linguistics, and then contrastive analysis. Okay, contrastive linguistics, under which you find contrastive analysis and CAH, error analysis, interlanguage, contrastive rhetoric, and intercultural rhetoric. And then Krashen's hypotheses and Commons language proficiency, Bix and Culp, and Commons common underlying proficiency, CUP. And then psychology and language learning. And when we say this, we're basically talking about first language acquisition or FLA, and then learning theories, basically the second language learning, theories of education, foreign language teaching methods, and teaching approaches. And I went through all of these. Of course, under each of these titles, you can find a tremendous amount of other subtitles. I didn't want to add them here because it will be too long. However, you can always find my summary on the Facebook group. Okay? So all you have to do is to go to our group, Dhul Kifl Language and Research Community, and applied linguistics. And as you can see, you can find all the lessons. So these are the lessons on applied linguistics. This is the one on contrastive analysis and everything. Okay, these were my summaries of all that I've covered in my attempt to revise for this specialty. All right? Now, if you still have time and if you are still in your accumulation phase, then it's amazing. You can go through books, you can go through playlists, and if it's your specialty, then you can rely on your own lessons and search online for other lessons. And once more, I want to highlight the fact that it's not about how many materials you've gathered or how many materials you've went through. You can have 1, 2, 3 materials, and those will be more than enough for your revision. And I do actually advise you to do that, because if you have too many materials, you will be lost and overwhelmed, especially in your final revision phase. So if you can just focus on 1, 2, 3 good materials, that's more than enough. And although I've studied, I mean, it was a lot of work to do. It was intense. I was overwhelmed because I did all of this in the final revision phase, literally, I would say 15 days prior to the exam, because I wasn't sure whether I would go for applied linguistics or not. So it was overwhelming to go through all of these. However, I could actually have a good ranking, though I did not make it at Mustalem University, unfortunately. But I'm now the first on the waiting list. So, I mean, that's an achievement that I'm so proud of, and I'm so proud of what I wrote, though the question was very unpredictable. However, it was a good experience. And learning about all of these was just amazing, though didactics is not always my cup of tea, but you know, I had to go through it at the end of the day. I hope this video will help you. Surf, apply linguistics, and know exactly what to focus on. If you are specialized, then of course you know way better than me. And see you in the next video, where we'll be tackling sociolinguistics, my specialty.